All right. So welcome to the review for quiz number 5, and we are talking about compressors, dynamic processors. Dynamic processors in general do a little bit deeper dive than we have in some of the previous classes. First of all, I like to use compressors on kick drums when I'm recording them analog, and you've probably seen me use that one right there, and that one right there, and maybe some plugins as well. But it is false that you always need to use a compressor on a kick drum. These rules that I throw at you, I think I say this again and again, right? They are usually more guidelines, right? There's always a situation where it's going to be you can find a situation where you don't want to compress that kick drum, where it sounds just fine the way it is. Good. The next thing is about de-essers. De-essers, they reduce the sibilance. I think I just stepped on my next question, but that's okay. They are dynamic processors. They are adjusting the volume of something we've already recorded. And specifically, it's used when there is too much sibilance, right? If you have a track, if you've recorded too much sibilance, if you've got a nice condenser microphone and the singer got just way too close up on it, or if I've already cranked too much of the compressor. I used to do that all the time. I wanted that close-up sound, and I did all that stuff, but it made the sibilance terrible. And then I'd put a de-esser on it, and it would help. Well, okay. So the next thing, most of the time, we're going to want to compress the entire signal for vocals, for acoustic guitars, I'll use them sometimes. Bass, definitely. Lots of those things. I'll put it directly on the insert, and as a plugin, put it directly on the insert and process 100% of the signal. There's no real reason to have part of the signal not processed in those cases where either I'm trying to raise the volume or I'm trying to control for different peaks, or if I'm trying to level out a performance that was sometimes loud and sometimes soft, or if I'm just trying to get it to sit in the mix. Any of those things, I want to compress 100%. Now there is a situation where I put a compressor on an aux track, and I'm not compressing the entire signal. That is parallel compression, is the name of the technique, and it's mostly used on drums. So what you will do is you'll do your normal mixing with your drums and focusing on the transients, on the hits, on the accents, on the beginnings of the note. And if you're not getting enough body, if it's not enough fullness, if it's not fat enough, if it's not John Bonham-y enough for you, then you can do this where you send everything to an aux track and overcompress that aux track, so you combine that parallel compression of the drums in with your dry signal, and it sounds good. It sounds fatter. It sounds better. Okay. Thank you very much, and don't go breaking my heart.